Hey you guys, welcome to the February 2nd tournament with your casters Valdius and Combat here. It is going to be 8:30 p.m. right now. We're going to head on to pick some bands right now. The first band going down is Leona. Has definitely targeted against New York City's finest, getting up their last game. And the previous games before that, Annie played really strong on Dyrus OP against the Forsaken Gaming. I think it was like game 1. And Annie actually having a really strong pick. I mean, her ultimate just lowered with the lower CD. She can initiate like any time of the game. I mean, but although her stun early game was nerfed, she's still a extremely strong pick, but definitely targeted. As well, really done any scouting myself. I'm not sure if that was targeted towards New York City's finest, but it might be. I'm not exactly sure. LeBlanc being banned, I'm not sure if that was banned or targeted either. Against Fadeoy, because I think Fadeoy is the Kale that played and just stumped everyone. And is definitely targeted because I think this past games they played two Vi games that were 100% win rate, and of course she's just Vi, so she just ultra carries and takes everyone down. Cassidon actually being the last band that could be targeted, that couldn't be targeted. I mean, that's anyone's guess.
The Cassidon, not really surprised by that. Cassidon just extremely strong. No matter how, if you let him get snowball, he can get really strong. Same with the Blanc and the Annie. Both of those are really, really snowbally champions if they get going early. Not only that, the Leona and the Yasuo, those are extremely, extremely strong champions. Yasuo late game with his knockup and the amount of crits he can have. Level 1, I think he could have something ridiculous like 50% crit chance. And then not only that, Leona, just the amount of CC she brings to the table is insane. The Vi, though, being able to dive into that back lane is just a huge, huge part and just a huge terror. And then not only that, Thresh, though, being picked up for New York City's finest. Thresh is a great, great pickup. He is sort of like Leona, just not quite as divey. He does have a ton of CC, and then not only that, he can easily lock down somebody. But great pickup by Dyrus OP to pick up this Kale, and then not only that, pick up what I believe to be is a Sivir. Kale is extremely, extremely strong late game with his ultimate. He can easily blow up somebody though, or he could save his life. And then not only that, Sivir with that amount of mobility will allow Kale to dive easier.
Yeah, Kale actually, I think that was picked just to take away from Fadeoy. I don't think they wanted to ban it just because they could have picked it. I'm pretty sure they thought, you know, there are some priority champions like Lissandra, or of course the Wukong or the Thresh that they could have picked over Kale. I don't think Fadeoy's I guess his champion pool is a lot more versatile than most like mid players right now in the amateur. Fadeoy's Kale game 1 just tore through everyone. He played fantastic on Kale. He's definitely the strongest laner on Dyrus OP right now.
With that Wukong lock-in, he's kind of like what I was talking about with the Thresh. Just being able to dive into that back lane and just pick off somebody. And plus his knockup is just really, really well. And then Lee Sin getting locked in is just another really divey champion. New York City's finest, what the team comp's looking like right now is that they just want to dive into the back lane of Dyrus OP and just blitz them down and then deal with the tanks later on. Since Dyrus OP did lock in their Renekton, it's going to be a little harder to dive just because of the amount of damage Renekton will pull out. But he's just a great, great champion, and New York City's finest is going to have to shut down this Renekton early game, or else he will just become a beast late. But I am very, very confident that both these teams are going to do really well. As you saw last game, they did have a really great matchup. New York City's finest, they're just barely coming out on top. And Dyrus OP, they're looking to do something different, and looks like they are going to lock in this Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is just an extremely strong champion if he can isolate somebody from New York City's finest. If he can isolate a squishy target, they will just instantly disappear, and you can't really do anything about that.
Ziggs actually, if Ziggs being hovered over right now, if he gets locked in, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a really good addition to diving the backline with Lisa going and being able to fly in there with a ward kick onto like Sivir or Kale, and then follow up with Wukong. I mean, Ziggs can just fly back there and just throw his ulti and his Q, and all the spells have like, extreme amount of range, so really easy to pick off their backline.
Yeah, not only that, the amount of wave clear Ziggs has is going to be really good because Dyrus OP, they have a ton of pushing potential coming out from both Kale and the Sivir, and possibly even Kha'Zix. So they are going to have that wave clear out of Ziggs. At this point, though, the Caitlyn is a really good pickup. She will be able to do a cleanup duty for the side of New York City's finest, and she will be able to keep herself safe as the rest of her team dives. She does have that nice mobility with her 90 caliber net, and not only that, she has the longest range for level 1. Late game, though, there's only one other champion for ADCs that outranges her, and that is Tristana. But other than that, she has the longest range. Should be able to keep herself safe. But actually, Dyrus OP hovering over Taric, that'd be a great pickup just because of the amount of tankiness he has, and they will lock that in. So Taric is a great pickup. He will have that heal and he will have that stun. And early level 1, he's kind of like Leona, just a huge wall of tank. And now we are into the wait period. This is 3 minutes that we have to wait just because we don't want the ghosting. But these team comps are very interesting. For New York City's finest spot lane, we will have that Caitlyn and Thresh. Top lane, it could be either the Ezreal or the Wukong or the Lee Sin. And then mid lane, of course, we have the Ziggs. Whereas Dyrus OP, they'll have the Renekton top lane, the Sivir Taric bot lane, Kha'Zix in the jungle, along with Kale in that mid lane.
Yeah, I think that's Dyrus OP. Dyrus OP's team right now is just like you've got Renekton, which has got the ultimate that just percent health damage, I think it is, and you just dive in the whole entire team. Kha'Zix can just fly in the back for Ziggs or Caitlyn. Caitlyn will be sitting back like very far away because you're talking about how her attack range is one of the highest other than Tristana. Sivir is gonna have like incredible initiate for Kale. Kale can speed herself up or speed Kha'Zix up or anyone really that just fly into their team. But if Lee Sin can get a really good displacing kick over the follow-up of Wukong or Thresh, I think that it's all about a skill matchup right here.
Yeah, and it's bot lane though, it's going to be a lot about if Thresh can land those hooks. If Thresh can land an early hook onto that Sivir, that's going to be a ton of damage. Since he is running that Ignite instead of that Exhaust, that extra little bit of damage will be able to maybe pick up a kill. And since Taric does have a heal, if Taric tries to heal while that Ignite is onto the Sivir, it will cut that heal in half. So that could also potentially be a kill.
Yeah, I do think that Thresh with Ignite, I mean, you saw him run with it last game. No, not last game, but Dyrus OP ran with it. And you saw him secure a kill onto No One of Legends when he's playing Wukong. He flashed away, underestimating the damage of it. But actually does a lot more damage early levels than you think. And it really does come in handy whenever you like land a hook and you follow it up with a flay.
And now this delay period is running down to less than about a minute or so. And something that I'm going to love to see, though, is the Skin Wars. Some of you who don't know me, I am a huge Skin Wars fan. It is really, really great, and it's a lot of fun to have. And it's sort of to ease the calm and ease it right before the game starts and have a little fun. But
I'm sorry?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I was like, I wonder if some people like just buy skins right before the game starts just so they can win the skin war. I don't know.
There are probably people who have done that just so they're like, okay, I want to play this champion and I want to win the skin war. And I would not doubt there have been people who have done that. But now we do have about 10 seconds remaining, and really, I want to be looking early for that Kha'Zix roam. If Kha'Zix can get off a great roam onto that top lane or onto mid lane and pick up some early kills and just snowball from there, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, Kha'Zix's snowballing potential is fucking insane against Caitlyn. Like, especially against Caitlyn Ziggs. Like with Caitlyn on their team, it just says he can dive Caitlyn and Ziggs just instantly. He's gonna jump onto him, you know, just flab Caitlyn, fly back into their team, get an assist off someone else, like getting killing like Lee Sin or Wukong, and then fly back onto Ziggs. Like I don't think Caitlyn or Ziggs stand a chance against Kha'Zix if they can't get any peel from Thresh, Lee Sin, or Wukong.
And now we are in the loading screen, so we do have a volcanic Wukong with a Mad Ziggs versus a pool party Renekton, Bandit Shiver, and Mecha Kha'Zix. I'm gonna have to give this over to the side of Dyrus OP just because of the Mecha Kha'Zix and the pool party Renekton. Renekton's gonna be having some fun, chilling out by the pool, while Kha'Zix comes and cleans up the lane. But now we are into the game and already going out. It looks like Thresh is going to be going with that early Doran Shield start. So he is going to be looking just for that amount of tankiness, whereas Tarek starts that Relic Shield. Or I take that back, he sold it. No, he is actually going to start that Doran Shield also. So that is really good just for the amount of tankiness he can bring out. And top lane, kind of usual for both of them. Both of them starting a Doran Shield plus health bots. Not really surprised by that. And pretty much overall standard item starts for both sides.
Yeah, again, oh, sorry?
Now, though, what's happening is the side of New York's Finest is actually looking for Invade, and they may catch out the Sivir. Oh, Sivir barely flashing that hook. And that will be a flash down, though, for Sivir. So that means if I were the enemy, if I were the Wukong, I would easily be looking to roam down bot lane as soon as I could after picking up double buffs. Since that is Sivir's flash down, that means it'll be a lot harder for her to escape ganks, and it'll be a lot easier to gank her.
Yeah, with Wukong's ganky potential, I mean level 3 with red buff and E and his it's like what he does is he just goes invisible, flies into the lane, EQs, and then with the red buff slow, he can keep spamming auto attacks like when they're slow, doing a ton of damage with the armor reduction. And again, when you talk about when Sivir's flash down, when he flies into the lane, I mean she's not gonna have anywhere to escape to unless Tark saves a stun. And if he wastes it when they engage bottom lane, there's not gonna be anything stopping Wukong from just killing them all.
And actually, Wukong's starting his red buff, whereas Kha'Zix is starting blue. Not really surprised. Kha'Zix does have mana problems early on. But Wukong, it looks like they're both going to be looking for that early roam to top, just because they do want their top laners to get snowballing. One of the most important lanes, in my opinion, is that top lane. If you can get it snowballing and get your tank to get him ahead and win his lane, then that could be a lot of damage down. Already Lee Sin going aggressive onto this Renekton.
Yeah, Lee Sin does really well against the kind of the tanky, unstoppable bruisers, kind of like Nasus, Mundo, again Renekton. He does really good against those people in the lane, and you're gonna see him go extremely aggressive early. He might even get a gank from Wukong as soon as he finishes his blue. I mean, Lee Sin just does incredible against tanky people. There's something that I don't know really what it is. I haven't really looked further into it, but he does extreme amount of damage to them. And Sivir is taking a ton of damage bot lane for not having that flash. I mean, he's extremely aggressive against them. They see the lane already shut to the tower.
Yeah, and since they did burn that, and like you were saying, since they did burn that flash really early, they are able to do this and not really have a lot of qualms about it, since they do still have their flashes. But Sivir is just trying her best, using her boomerang blades to clear these waves. But no matter how hard she tries, she's already down 4 CS. But there is a huge minion wave, so it could be less. And actually, First Blood going onto the Renekton. This is exactly what I was talking about. Early pressure on that top lane. Kha'Zix roamed from his blue buff to the red, and then went up and got a kill. And actually, semi-turret dive, I guess you could call it, onto the Lee Sin, and Lee Sin's flash was burned during that, whereas Renekton only used his ignite, but Kha'Zix's flash was also burned. But now this is going to be a ton of damage already going down on the top lane turret.
See a lot of burst coming from Caitlyn onto the target. They're not going to do anything with this. She's going to keep attacking him. Hopefully they get the flash. I mean, Sivir's just sitting at no HP. The Caitlyn Q went straight onto him. Didn't have any damage reduction going through any other minions, so it was flat, full damage Q. Extreme amount of burst early levels. For some odd reason, the purple team has a 0.5,000 gold lead. I'm not sure why. That, like, first blood top lane, what you were supposed to do as a top laner, you know, is to track the jungle up to the top lane so the other lanes have an easier time, you know? I really was expecting Wukong to go top lane level 3, but you see Renekton's ward's too deep right there, so he's not gonna have the opportunity to do anything there. He really should have came top lane as soon as he hit level 3 to either counter gank the Kha'Zix with how hard Lee Sin was fighting Renekton early levels, because he just, you know, we're talking about how he does all that damage. He expected that.
And again, Renekton's going extremely aggressive onto this Lee Sin. Renekton does have his Q to be able to sustain, but Lee Sin has got to be careful. In mid lane though, Kayle pushing early against this Ziggs, just pushing into a turret, but Kayle somehow doesn't have a CS lead. If you're gonna push into a tower, you want to have that CS lead no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, Ziggs' AP ratio scaling is absolutely insane. I think he's just as bad as Kassadin or Kayle or anyone else that's banned right now in the meta. I don't think that a lot of people play him to the extent where he needs to be banned as much as like other champions are, like Kassadin or Vi. He is an absolute monster in solo queue, and I can imagine in a team with coordination, you can land all his bombs in a perfect combo, and you can just do extreme amount of damage. I mean, you can even turn around a whole entire fight. Like, he's a really solid pick, and his scaling in the late game is fantastic. So if he gets ahead, again, just like Kha'Zix, I mean, he just snowballs really hard.
In top lane though, Renekton being able to push onto this Lee Sin has to be careful though. If Renekton should hit level 6 before him, Renekton could tower dive potentially. Mid lane though, we see Kha'Zix kind of hovering around, trying to get onto the Ziggs. Ziggs has an unnatural sense of something strong, puts out ward in the bush to keep himself safe.
Yeah, you see the bot lane trading down, as you're talking about the Thresh Ignite going down onto the target, the Flay into the Caitlyn. It might go down to Thresh.
And actually Caitlyn, still not quite, she may go down. Boomerang Blade does come out, but she will survive, and actually now, Sivir, she may go down, but here comes Kha'Zix to clean up. Kha'Zix, missing everything, not hitting his jump or hitting his void spikes, and actually having a hook to the face do take a Caitlyn bullet. I wonder how tasty those are. Expect not by much. And actually Renekton stunning Lee Sin under the turret to make him miss even more CS now. And Renekton's pulled a 13 CS lead.
Yeah, I mean, I really expected Lee Sin to go more aggressive. Ever since that gank, you know, he's been playing like a hurt puppy, you know, like in like a cage. He's just been sitting under his tower, not really wanting to do anything. I really oppressed the upper hand, if you know what I mean. He's just really sitting there, you know, trying to get all the CS he possibly can. He really needs to step up the lead early game, because that is where he is prime. If he doesn't do anything early game, there's not really anything he can do mid or late game if he gets shut down.
And actually, Lee Sin and Renekton both trading their ultimates. Renekton already popping that Dominus, but now he will be able to push into his tower fairly easy. And he may even go aggressive onto Lee Sin. Nope, just gonna go ahead, hit the turret, smack the turret a few times with his little lifeguard thing, and then slice and dice out. And he will recall. He hasn't recalled yet, and he's actually sitting on 2.1k gold. And instead, he's gonna pull a Serchez. Just one more wave, guys. Just one more wave.
Yeah.
But now, that's actually really smart by him. He wants to try and deny as much farm as he can on this Lee Sin. And it's going to be interesting to see what his first back is. Kha'Zix, though, he's already got those double long swords, and he is going to pick up his red buff now. So, definitely, Kha'Zix is looking for that early pressure. And Kayle, she does pick up that blue buff already, and she does get a early stinger, so she's going to be looking for that Nashor's Tooth. But now Ziggs pushing in and potentially looking to roam bottom, since the side of Dyrus OP are pushing decently far.
Yeah, Zig's actually heading bottom lane. There's 2 wards. You're gonna be seen here. You're gonna see them start to back up. Or as I was talking about earlier, I mean, the Zig's roaming potential and his damage overall is absolutely crazy. He has his own peel with the satchel charge and everything. What happened there is he tried to his ult and it was just spell shielded by Sivir, like it was absolutely nothing. I think they could have gone off that, but there wasn't really anything that he could do after he whiffed his ultimate like that.
And so he will just return mid lane, missing a few CS, but Wukong was there to hold it. And he does pick up all but 1 or 2 CS under the tower, so great job by him. And now he's going to look to try and push it out as best as he can. Bot lane though, Kha'Zix's going onto this Thresh, almost going down. Thresh just barely surviving this. And actually that is the ultimate down from Kha'Zix. And great hook by this Thresh onto the Taric. But they will disengage and actually, oh, great ultimate. But it is blocked by the Taric. And now here comes the Wukong.
He's gonna ult for this.
And there's a knock up and he will... No, actually Caitlyn picking up the kill onto Sivir. So that is 1 kill over to the side of New York's finest. And they will look to pressure this bot lane turret, since neither Taric nor Kha'Zix can look to defend this. And actually Kha'Zix has got to be careful. Oh, barely surviving the white. He is just so low. He's got to be careful. He cannot be anywhere near this turret. And actually now the side of New York's finest are going to be looking to do this dragon. They are level 7 and it's going to be a nice chunk of... But top lane though, Renekton going aggressive onto this Lee Sin, just continuously pushing under the turret to deny this Lee Sin farm. Renekton is up about 20 CS now, so, and he's already got that giant spell plus a chain vest plus a cloth armor, so that is just a ton of armor and a ton of health coming out of him. And Lee Sin has just got to be careful. He is trying to build that Ravenous, or the team out into Ravenous Hydra, but he's just got to be careful because Lee Sin giving up that early first blood and now giving up a CS lead means Renekton is going to be that bit stronger.
Yeah, you saw that Wukong bot earlier. He was relentless. He knew what he wanted to do. He knew his like sole intention of him going bottom lane was either get them out of the lane or get a kill and then secure dragon. I mean, had they even got him out of the lane, it would have been okay because you know they're gonna follow it up with a dragon, even though his ult was gonna go down. You know, they got a dragon out of it. Like his whole purpose with him going down there was just for that. People may have thought like, oh, he's just going down there for the gank to get a kill. You know. You really have to look at the other picture. There's always like, I think there's a lot, like these teams have a lot of other sides to things that they're gonna do. A lot of the time when you're in solo queue, you think about like the one thing you're gonna do. There always has to be like an opposite kind of good reaction, like good aftermath to the things that you do. They're
going aggressive now. Taric going extremely low. He does take Caitlyn to a face, and that is 1 kill already going down. Sivir popping her ultimate to try and survive herself, so she will get out, but her support is going down, so now Taric is 0-2, and Caitlyn is 2-0-1. She already has that BF sword along with the Vampiric Scepter, so looking for that early Bloodthirster. Just the amount of damage that'll come out, and Sivir has got to be careful here, because Caitlyn still has her ultimate, so if Sivir gets too low, she doesn't have anything to dodge with. Top lane though, they are able to push out this lead. They are able to bully Lee Sin out of lane, and they are able to pick up the top lane turret. So that is the first turret going down for the side of Dyrus OP. But now Ziggs is pulling a slight CS lead on this Kayle. He is up about 25 CS, whereas Caitlyn is about up 20 CS, and Renekton up almost 30. So just these slight CS leads have given the side of New York's finest a slight gold lead. But now New York's finest again going on to this Taric. Taric is down to about less than half HP, and he may be going down. Caitlyn ultimate. Wow, great flash by the Sivir plus spell shield to save her support. Not quite sure if it's worth though. That is not something you want to burn for your support. I'm sorry, but
yeah, you saw earlier. She tried to do the same exact thing when Kha'Zix had that ultimate, but just went 2-man mode and just blocked anyway.
And now Kha'Zix is down here bottom, but New York's finest, they do spot him out with a ward. And they are going to be again aggressing on this tower. Tarek just using his ability to heal up, and bot lane turret note is down to about half HP. Uh-oh, Ziggs though getting slightly caught out, but there is a wild Wukong there. And Wukong actually going in. Great ultimate by Kale to dodge most of that damage. Kale though, Mei is extremely low and he will be going down to the Wukong. And so that is a kill for Wukong, and he's now 1-0-1. And Kha'Zix having to flash away, but great job top lane. Lee Sin using the Renekton, letting him pop the Dominus early. Wait till it's out and then go aggressive yet again, and Lee Sin picking up a kill onto that Renekton.
I really wish we could have dissected the play by Lee Sin there. That was really, really good by him. Notice how he's down to kill to notice how he's down to kill to Renekton, but he ended up killing him. If you look closely, he actually started off with using his W, right? He auto attack Q'd, constantly just like he got his fear. I think it's Flurry, that is his passive is, and he outplayed him completely. He got Renekton's ultimate, waited it out until he got low, and then flew back onto him with his Q, and ended up picking up the kill with his Tiamat.
Bot lane though, this turret's down to only 200 or well 300 HP. So Kha'Zix is coming to defend this. They don't want to let this turret go down. Then they'll be down 2 turrets, and they're already down to about 3k gold. So that is not something they want to happen. But now Sivir, she doesn't have enough mana for her ultimate, and Caitlyn just 90 caliber nets away, and Kha'Zix wasted his time. Now though, again, Renekton going extremely aggressive up top lane onto this Lee Sin. And at this point, Renekton can't out-trade him. Renekton still doesn't have his ultimate, whereas Lee Sin has his, so this could be really bad for Renekton, and he will go down again. Renekton just getting too cocky from that first blood, but now bot lane, here comes the wild Wukong. He does use his Nimbus Cloud in. He does get a kill onto the Kha'Zix, and Kha'Zix is going down. And this looks like that Tarek will be going down too. Actually no, he doesn't. That will be going down. And while this is all happening, Ziggs is just pushing in mid lane. Will get that mid lane turret, and this will most likely be the bot lane turret also for the side of New York's finest. So that will be, they will have 2 turrets to 1 now.
Yeah, that Renekton there, I think. Let's go back really quick. His ultimate was up when he was fighting that Lee Sin up top lane. His ult was up.
That's not how
he didn't use it.
Wukong has this dragon timed perfectly, so they will start to pick us up. And while that is happening, bot lane turret does fall down to this Caitlyn. They will rotate to this dragon, pick that up. So they will be extending their gold lead. It's already at about 6k. Make that 7,000 now, picking up that dragon. That is a huge gold lead for New York's finest. And actually, they're going down bot lane again. And Tarek has to be careful here. If he gets caught out by a Thresh hook, since Thresh does have that red buff, he will be able to stick on him. And actually, oh, poor little Tarek. He got caught right in the middle, and it looks like Tarek will be going down. He is going to save his ADC though. And while this is all happening, Ziggs picks up a kill onto the Kale. So great job by him to wait out the kill ultimate, and that will now Tarek be going down. It is 10-1 for the side of New York's finest are up. And up top lane though, Renekton and Lee Sin were just trading blows back and forth. Renekton popped his ultimate, but Lee Sin hasn't yet. So they're both down to about half HP. And Kha'Zix is here though, looking for this Lee Sin. He is hungry for blood. But Lee Sin will just heal off of these wolves, with both his Safeguard and Iron Will, along with that Ravenous Hydra. And they will just recall, but mid lane though, Sivir does pick up a kill onto the Ziggs, but pays for it with her life to Wukong. Wukong is now 3-0-2 and on a killing spree.
Yeah, you saw the Ziggs there. He really, I think he was barrier baited by the Sivir. We were talking about earlier, he has his own peel with the satchel charge. He intended to fly away and then hit the Q, but he actually overestimated where she was going to run to. After she had popped the ricochet, she ran towards Ziggs, and Ziggs actually threw it over her head.
A great job by her then to dodge that bouncing bomb. And Caitlyn, she has pulled about a 30 CS lead on the Sivir, whereas mid lane though, that is a huge 50 CS lead for this Zig. He is down, or he is up also a kill and 2 assists, whereas Kale has 2 deaths and is only sitting on Stinger, while Ziggs has an Athene's Unholy Grail, Zork Shoes, and that needs to steal our drive. Bot lane though, Caitlyn getting way too aggressive. There's 3 members from the side of Dyrus OP, and she may be going down. There is a stun, but she flashes it, so she does get on turret. And now there is a Wukong to help her, and Ziggs also great spell shield by the Sivir to dodge the Ziggs ultimate. But now again, Tarek sacrificing his life to save the rest of his team, but he does give another kill over to this Caitlyn. Caitlyn is now 4-0-3, whereas the Sivir is only 1-2. Mid lane though, Kale trying his hardest to push down this turret, but he just doesn't have enough wave clear and enough damage.
Yeah, well, I mean he's already 0-5, so he's not worth like any gold at this point. If you see it right now, you know it's 12-2, but all the kills are sort of spread around. You know, the most focus point is on Caitlyn, which is 4 kills, and that's your AD carry. You know, you want that. Your top laner 2 kills. You know, your jungler 3 kills. He's really got that roaming potential. It's a Wukong jungle. You know, extremely aggressive.
But now going aggressive onto the Sivir. Sivir popped her ultimate to get away, and actually Caitlyn will be going down to that Tarek. Tarek healing the Caitlyn, and now Thresh has to be careful. Great stun by this Tarek, and now Thresh will just pop his Talisman of Ascension to get away, but Tarek has to be careful here. There's a Wukong on the side, but Tarek wards over, sees the Wukong, sees the Ziggs, and will back off. And now everybody's just gonna back off, go ahead, go to base, look up their wounds. Dragon will be spawning in about 2 minutes, so they will be able to keep that. But now top lane, Renekton just again trying to go aggressive and trying to steal away this white, but he can't. At this point, he doesn't have a completed item besides his Ninja Tabby, whereas Lee Sin already has a Ravenous Hydra. So overall, Renekton's just sitting on a lot of items. He has no real core item yet. But he does have that red buff, so he should be able to outtrade this Lee Sin.
Yeah, I mean that's big. I'm just looking at his damage right now. All he's got is Sork Shoes and a needlessly large rod and Athene's Unholy Grail. That he's got cooler reduction, mana regen, crazy mana regen. Sorry. He's got a massive AP.
Top lane though, Lee Sin going aggressive onto the Renekton, and they will just straight back and forth. But again, Lee Sin trying to go aggressive. They both have their ultimates. Again, Renekton already popped his, and actually Lee Sin is careful about this. He could go aggressive once this ultimate is popped, but he will not. He will back off, and they will trade ultimate for ultimate. But both ignites, or actually only Renekton's ignite was used, so Lee Sin still has his. He will go back to Wolves to heal up, and will go back in the lane. And Renekton has to be careful though. If Lee Sin plays this right, he can go again. And here we go, yet again, Lee Sin going aggressive, trying to get this Renekton. Renekton's finally backing off. And you gotta remember, Lee Sin traded so well versus Renekton, and he's sitting on, oh wow, top lane though. Wukong got a little too hypey, got onto the kill. And actually, oh my gosh, everybody's so low for the side of Dyrus OP. Almost going down. But this should be the top bot lane inner turret going down. And with that, they've given Lee Sin 4.3k unspent gold, and they will be looking to rotate down to this dragon. They've extended their gold lead now up to almost 9,000 gold.
Yeah, you saw other games how they won like 1,000 gold leads throughout the whole entire game, and then of course the turnarounds and all that. But this game does not look like it's being turned on anytime soon. 4 towers to 1. Of course, the 9,000 gold lead, 12-4, and there's been several dragons that they've the bot lane is able to come up and help with the dragon. Once they finish the dragon, they can just move on to any other lane. I mean, like right now, once Caitlyn comes back, they can just roam mid right now and just get the inhib turret if they wanted to. They're that powerful, but the problem is with that is that Lee Sin needs to hold the top end against Renekton, because next thing you know, he's gonna be level 14, or not level 14, sorry, he's on level 17 to 18, side pushing an inhib. And then he's gonna be the unstoppable force that may just come back from the game, or may bring them back into the game.
And Lee Sin not even bothering to get some kind of defensive item. Renekton finally back to finish the Sunfire Cave. But actually, great ultimate by Sivir to keep them safe. And now they gotta be careful though, both Caitlyn and Thresh, because Sivir is doing a ton of damage. She does have a spell shield, but now here comes Tarek coming in. He does have this heal, but Caitlyn using her passive of headshot every seven shots and doing a ton of damage itself. So she does already have that Bloodthirster, a fully stacked Bloodthirster plus the Phantom Dancer. But here comes a Ziggs onto the Sivir, but in a Wukong on the side too. Bot lane for the side of Dyrus OP just went way too aggressive, and again, Tarek sacrifices his life for the greater good.
Yeah, again, Tarek 1 and 6. Not. Oh, actually no, that reset his gold. Now it's worth. Just an amount of normal kills, or yeah, normal kill. He was 0 and 5. I think that's as low as it gets. I think it's like 100 gold, 50 gold. After that, and just I don't think it decreases after you hit 05.
Top lane though, Renekton getting aggressed on by this Lee Sin, and Lee Sin easily winning these trades since he does have that Ravenous Hydra plus the Last Whisper and the Vampiric Scepter and a BF Sword, looking to make that into a Bloodthirster. So just a ton of life steal is going to be on this Lee Sin, and not only that, with that armor pin from the Last Whisper, Renekton really has no armor.
That's just a lot. It's like, oh, you're gonna build armor. Nah, I'm gonna build Last Whisper, Black Cleaver. Have fun with that.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Renekton continues to staying around. Lee Sin does have that Q on Renekton. Actually, Renekton having to pop his dominance to try and get away. Will pop his flash also. Lee Sin not bothering to chase him. He is happy with that trade, and now he is Renekton looking to go back around to get under his turret, but this may be a little dicey for him. And actually, Lee Sin already wasted his Sonic Wave. But now he is waiting. Great safeguard. Oh, misses a Q-Go. He won't go aggressive onto the Renekton. Can't turret dive if he doesn't hit that Q. And Renekton having to back now in his little beach chair.
I always love spamming that in solo queue.
Yeah, that is quite a funny emote, or quite a funny recall animation. Lee Sin though, clearing out these turrets, actually does land the Q. He will go on, and Renekton just barely surviving the Tarek heal. Actually, he doesn't. The Ignite still gets him, and now Tarek has to be careful. Lee Sin going really aggressive, and great kick by him to get him out. And he's still the turret, almost goes down, not quite though. The Thresh Lantern to keep the armor up, or to keep his shield up, and he will grab a double kill plus what looks like a top lane turret, or will be a top lane turret, using his passive, popping all of his abilities to do that. And while that's all happening, there are
the blue team's sieging potential.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the blue team's sieging potential is absolutely nuts. With the, I mean, like, with the scaring of a death sentence or a Wukong initiation. On top of it, they have a Ziggs and a Caitlyn with the Q. Like, they're both the Qs, and just Ziggs kit in general can poke anyone down. Like, easy to see Sivir drop down to like absolutely no HP. Just 3 Qs from Ziggs.
And they do get that the mid lane inhibitor turret and inhibitor, and they are looking to turn on this top lane. And they do have a lot of damage going down, and Renekton falling down to below half HP. And Sivir ultimate was popped. Not quite sure if that was the smartest, since that is a huge cooldown down. And they are now trying to see a great Q by Lee Sin to give him a little vision from Kha'Zix. But KO will start to heal up. And actually, oh my gosh, almost Ziggs getting that bomb. And meanwhile this is happening, Wukong went around on the side, picked up the kill onto Renekton, and actually another kill by Kha'Zix just went way too aggressive onto the Caitlyn. Underestimated the Caitlyn's damage and the Caitlyn heal potential. And GG is coming out. Not quite sure if they're surrendering or not, but they are onto these Nexus turrets now. Both of them falling extremely fast. Wow, a lot of damage going down onto Sivir. Sivir does have the ultimate honor, the kill ultimate honor, but she will go down. Kale picks up a kill onto the Ziggs, but he will go down. and that is one Nexus turret going down now. And Lee Sin will pick up this other one. They are onto the Nexus, and that does look like GG. The purple team does surrender in the end. Great job by both New York's Finest and Dyrus OP. In the end, though, New York's Finest does win with that awesome double explosion. And in the end of the game, that is almost a 16,000 gold lead, 19 kills to 5, 28 minutes in the game. And
9 turrets to 2.
And 9 turns to 2. What really set them off is the amount of kills and how far ahead they were. Lee Sin ends the game 4-1-1. Wukong 5-1-3. The Caitlyn 7-1-5. 3 high damage champions that you really don't want to let get snowballing. They let snowball early, and they do pick up the kills, and they do pick up the win.
Yeah, the thing with Lee Sin is you can't let the game drag out too long. Look at him. Look at his build. Like, he wasn't even finished like building his Bloodthirster, if that's what he was going for there with the F sword and the Vampire Scepter. I mean, he had 3 items. Everyone really had 3 items on their team. I mean, it was a 28-minute game. Like, if you drag out the game with Lee Sin, all you guys are useful for is his ultimate. And if you can't peel with that, then he's he just, yeah. I really think Lee Sin MVP that match.
And so, guys, that is the February 2nd Mixed Division Tournament. In the end, the side of New York's Finest does come out on top. They do take the finals 2-0. We will be right back. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we don't have one more game. We will let you all know. If not, thank you all for coming out. And that is the last game of the night. So we hope to see you guys next time. I'm Comet 1101.
I'm Valdius.
And from everybody on the side of LOL tourneys, we hope you guys have a great night and a great week.